Fellow Americans, if you've got children in the room, get them the hell out of there because this could get really ugly. That I can tell you. Yeah, all right. Who the hell did this? Hello. Good evening, folks. I am Donald Trump. Actually, no. It was a great rally the other night, wasn't it? Last night, I've been doing them like crazy, haven't I? Just crazy. All right. I am Michael Clive, the world's most authentic Trump impressionist, among others, okay? Look me up. I'm everywhere. And what we do here is reading Trump's tweets in Trump's voice. It's beautiful. Believe me, that I can tell you. Oh, geez. Again, more shit going on in the world. This other shit. What's this? Blase. That's what I call her. Blase Ford. How they get blazy, I don't know. It's blase. It's blase. All right. Look, let's go straight to the tweets. Where are they at? Bring me the tweets, okay? Bring me the tweets. Boom. There we go. Whoops, wrong one. Where are we at? Okay. Oh, I know what we got here. Okay. Allow me to fix this, folks. Stupid stuff. Drive me crazy. All right. So we'll do this. Yeah. All right. All right. I got the tweets right here. And get the hell out of here. Where is it? It's here. Yeah, that shouldn't be up there. Shouldn't be there, folks. Should not be there. That I can tell you. All right, I gotta... Hang on. Here, listen to some music. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'll have to redo this. So anyway, folks, yeah, wasn't it great the other night? He got in trouble. Some people thought it was terrible what he was saying about Blase Ford. He said, how can he do that? All right, guys, come on. Cut it out. There we are. Bloody fucking hell. Oh, that's what I get, you know. Ran in here. Hi. Okay. Isn't this amazing? We can just do this on the fly like this. Modern times. All right, I know. My bad. Well, my schedule has been so crazy. I got to do everything in the daytime, and then I got to run to the gym. And by the time I get that done, it's like I get home at 6:30. It's like, oh, shit. And even though I've been doing notes all day, writing notes and stuff, you know, you got to organize, and then I got to sit down. I didn't realize this thing wasn't set up. Should have been, but I forgot I closed. You know, you restart the computer and stuff. All right, let's get to it, for fuck's sake. Where is it at here? How far back should we go? Does he have this? Resist, demolish? No, I thought he was going to have the one. He got in trouble because at the rally he started talking about Christine Blasey Ford. And he said, you know, he's going, oh my gosh. She's like going, look at this, right? How many beers did you have? I got one beer. One beer. I don't know where it was, what the house was. I don't know when it happened. I don't know when it happened. And I don't know where it was. I don't know who was there. I know a couple of people. I don't remember what they said. But I know I had one beer. That's what I know. I had one beer. He got in trouble for that. Screw you people. Get a fucking sense of humor. Jesus Christ. The woman has not been exonerated. I mean, she's not like, you know, proven. Remember this whole thing about, you know, you got to prove your case? You can't just walk up and insult some or tell somebody they did something and it's like, oh, he says you did this, so you're fired. Might want to get a little proof first. I'm just thinking maybe it might be a good idea. The climate right now is, it's toxic, folks. It's absolutely toxic. Stupid is what it is. And these assholes like Cory Booker up there, he's like right in the camera. He's like, I think this is, it's amazing, isn't it? I told you they're actors. It's amazing how convincingly they talk right at you. You're like, what we really need to do is, I really think that it's important that, it's like, you are such a fucking bullshit artist. Why don't you shut the fuck up and sit down, please? I'm telling you, I can't stand these people. They are the epitome of propaganda. And it's just so purposeful and intended. Anyway, let's get to the tweets. Screw that. We'll get to some of that stuff later in a minute here, okay? What do we have here? Today, my administration provided historic levels of funding to improve school safety through Stop School Violence grants. A top priority for Sandy Hook. I am committed to keeping our children safe in schools, okay? That's what I'm committed to do. It's a hell of a lot more than Obama did, right? I'm going to go play golf. Yeah, all right, you go, boy. That's all he ever did. And it seems like that's all he ever did. It was always, he was out on the golf course. He was here, he was out on the golf course. That's pretty bizarre. I mean, just, considering. Now, you got Trump. Everybody's accusing Trump of this and that. He's horrible. You don't hear about him out there playing golf. He might do it on the weekends, but it's a totally different situation. Plus, Trump's getting things done. Obama played golf and didn't do shit. Shit. I did healthcare. Yeah, fuck your healthcare. It's only good for people who don't have a pot to piss in. It did nothing for the rest of us. Thank you very much. Not that those people aren't important, but you can't just leave everybody out. These people, millions of people who didn't have healthcare before now have it. Uh-huh. What about the rest of the fucking population? You might want to... Because that was so stupid. And remember the website? I digress. Remember the website, though? Oh, my God, what a disaster. I think they paid like what was it? I mean, it was astronomical. It wasn't like $1 billion, but it was like $5 million, I think, or something like that. $5 million to get the website up and running? Wow. You think Trump would have paid that? You know damn well he wouldn't have, because he would have said, well, wait a second, who's doing it? That seems a little bit high to me. A lot bit high. He wouldn't have done that. So Obama was acting like typical government. Just throw fucking money at it. And Trump comes in, he doesn't do that stuff. He says, hold on, wait a second. That's ridiculous. We're not paying $1 million, $5 million for this website. I know somebody who does websites for $500, okay? We'll have them... I mean, I know it's a process to get set up. It would not, but it didn't work. All right. Okay. Sorry. That's passion, folks. That's passion. All right. Congressman Pete Sessions of Texas is a true fighter and patriot, highly respected in D.C. by all. He always gets what his district, our country wants and needs. Strong on crime, border, military, vets, and Second Amendment. Pete has my full and total endorsement, okay? Great guy. He's a great guy, believe me. That I can tell you. Okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. Now we're getting into this, remember? So they hit him with some tax bullshit recently. Yesterday. Was it yesterday? And, so stupid. Oh, the propaganda machine. See, they try to hit you at all different angles. And you only have one, like Fox News, that presents both sides of the story. Everybody else is just piling on, trying to take shots at it. Don't you see it yet? Don't you see it? Come on. Come on, people, wake up. And then they did the opposite for Obama and Hillary. They covered for them. Wake up. Wake up. All right. The failing New York Times did something I have never seen done before. They used the concept of time value of money in doing a very old, boring, and often told... What? Oh, an often told hit piece on me. Never seen that done before. Added up, this means that 97% of their stories on me are bad. Okay? Bad. Never recovered from a bad election at all, right? And just FYI, folks, okay? Maybe some of you didn't know this. The New York Times was singing the praises of Adolf Hitler, okay? Well, he was telling Jews they're no good, they need to get out. Oh, yeah, while the posters were going up in Germany, New York Times was doing a nice little article on him. What a nice guy. He's great. Look at this. What an amazing man. What an amazing man. Not. So, there's your New York Times. And then remember, Time made Hitler Man of the Year. Remember that? Need to investigate before you write stories, whereas they're a little different these days. They just write the story and don't bother to investigate. They get all the bad stuff, but they don't worry about the good stuff because then it won't be a hit piece. The stock market just reached an all-time high during my administration for the 102nd time. Okay? Let's see you do that, fucking Obama. Didn't do shit, right? A presidential record by far for less than 2 years. So much potential as trade and military deals are completed. I'm getting things done, right? I'm making everybody else look like they were standing still. So, I don't know. It's just funny. The people who, there are so many people, they absolutely hate Trump. Well, he's doing so many wonderful things for the country. He's doing good stuff, right? And then you put it the other way around. The people they would have supported, like Hillary, her stupid nod, Hillary, Obama, Joe Biden. I mean, all these people who would not have done what Trump would do. Nothing would have been accomplished by now. We'd still be sitting here. We'd be, they would be touting how awesome their president is. Oh, Hillary, she's so awesome. And then she wouldn't have done shit. Guaranteed. This would have been status quo. Nothing would have been done. Nothing would have been done with Russia, Syria, Iran. Nothing. But they'd have been sitting there saying, hey, she's great. And we'd have been going, why did you guys elect her? She's so fucking stupid. And I'm right, okay? I'm right. All right. Thank you to Congressman Tim Reed of New York for your wonderful comments on our great new trade deal with Mexico and Canada. The USMCA. I have long ago given you my full endorsement for a good reason. Keep up the great work, okay? Great work. Beautiful. It's beautiful. That was a good trade deal. And we're doing it right. People said he couldn't do it. Remember? See, once again, remember the North Korea thing? Oh, he's going to get us in a war. Oh, he didn't. Huh. What he did worked. And then there's, it's going to be a trade war. The world's going to, no, he didn't. Starting to see a pattern here? Fuck. Can you please maybe follow along, pay attention, get up to speed? Quit your fucking bitching. Oh, he's going to... And like I said, okay, what I do here, I'm independent. I'm not this or that. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I am common sense. Do you know what that is? Some people do, okay? Middle America knows what common sense is. Farmers and people, they have to go out and literally physically do things. They know better common sense because you know why? Shit doesn't work if you don't know common sense. Okay? You can't pick up the plow and put it over here. It won't work. Okay? You're dealing with physical things. It's common sense. When all you're doing is working with a bunch of apps and shit all the time and hoping things just materialize out of the thin air. And, oh, look, I got this. You don't know shit about common sense. That's where we're headed. That's the problem we got going on right now. There's too much of this stuff going on. People need to wake up. Smell the coffee, folks. Smell the coffee. Reality's going to hit you right in the fucking ass. That I can tell you. It's boom. One of these days. Okay. Blowout numbers on new jobs and separately services. Mark it up. Mark it up. It's up, folks. Mexico, Canada, United States are a great partnership, and there will be very formidable trading force. Yes, they will be. We will now, because of the USMCA, work very well together. Great spirit, okay? There's a method to what he does, and you have to eventually realize it. There's a method to what he does. So quit your bitching and just get behind it. Remember the movie, what was it, Air Force One with Harrison Ford, remember? He's like, we will no longer apologize to these other nations, and we will no longer be afraid. Remember, he gets in the car, and who was it, his chief of staff or something? He's going, I wasn't expecting that, Mr. President. You might have wanted to tell us. He was like, hey, now you know about it. He said, get behind it. Cool. And that's the kind of, and I remember people saying at the time, wow, yeah, dude, he'd be a good president. It's the fucking line in a movie, people. Okay, it's just. But yeah, I mean, you got to do that. And you got to play hardball. You can't just be fucking pussyfooting around all the time. Oh, sorry, we offended. And sometimes America has proven arrogant. Remember that? Remember that? Eesh. I'm going to vomit in just about a minute here. I better stop imitating him. Okay. I see it each time I go out to rallies in order to help some of our great Republican candidates. Voters are really angry at the vicious and despicable way Democrats are treating Brett Kavanaugh. They are very angry, folks. He and his wonderful family deserve much better. Much better, okay? And they do. Just spoke to President-elect Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador of Mexico, who needs to shorten his name. A little bit too long, folks. I don't like long names like that. Takes too much time, okay? Time is money. Great call. We spoke well together. See? Not what people wanted, right? Oh, my God. Remember when he first got in office, the Mexican guy? And Trump said a few choice things like, hey, and people were like, oh my God, he's going to blow the whole thing. Didn't. Pay attention, folks. Bunch of dorks. Okay. Can we let's get on with some fun stuff. So that's reading Trump's tweets. That's over, folks. All over, all right? So now, oh, look who it is. Look who it is.
Joining us now is Senator Angus King, an independent from Maine. Senator,
we had this.
The Clintons, among other people. Your response.
I mean, really, yes, it deserves a lot of laughter. I wasn't watching when he said that. I was having to be somewhere else and away from a TV and even my phone. And so I heard about it later. And, you know, look, I thought it was just...
It's amazing that people sit there and they ask her for some sort of opinion on something. Who gives a flying fuck what Hillary thinks? And I love it when she's trying to, I mean, the woman's nuts, right? She's nuts. She's an absolute failure. Nothing she's done has worked, right? She was a horrible Secretary of State. Horrible. She did nothing. She couldn't do anything as near as what Trump has done. And he's the president. And Obama didn't do anything either with Russia. Remember Obama telling Medvedev, tell Vlad I'll have more flexibility after the election. And the guy goes, I'll transmit this message to Vladimir. Yeah. You remember that? So, you know, these people that bitch about Trump, he's above and beyond anything they did. These guys were corrupt as hell. Oh, he got caught. Well, it's okay. We don't care. Remember the Democrats? They didn't care about that. And then they say the same thing about Trump. They're like, well, you're you know, like Juan Williams. Well, you know, you guys are all, you love Trump, Look at all the terrible things he said about women and then this. Here's the difference. Because, when you do ask somebody something, then they go, oh, well, all politicians lie. Oh, that's Tucker Carlson. Oh. So, yeah, so all politicians lie. So here's the difference, though. If they all lie, then I guess we don't care about their bad behavior, personally or lying. But wouldn't it be nice if, beyond all that, they actually got things done? And that's Trump. So why would you hate him if all politicians lie? All of them are creeps. And you've heard this, maybe you haven't. It's a refresher course. Everybody's bitching and moaning about Brett Kavanaugh and how far they got to go back. Oh, it's high school. He drank beer in college. He threw ice at somebody. And then refresher course 101, an excerpt from Obama's book. Remember? Do you remember? Did you forget? I don't have it. I didn't pull it up, but it's pretty simple. Obama goes on about, I smoked a lot of weed, did cocaine, and I found out, he's just going on, drank a lot of beer. Oh, but he gets a pass. He was your president, He wrote that book, didn't he, right after he got elected? Everybody's like, oh, that's so nice. Is it? Okay, but this guy, no. And people go, well, but Obama wasn't trying to be the Supreme Court. Give us a fucking break, man. No. He was just president. That's all. We saw what he did. Nothing. Totally nothing. So now people are asking, they're saying, wow, how come the FBI has not interviewed Kathleen Ford? The attorneys are saying, they're like going, well, they haven't interviewed her. So folks, I ask you, if you were the FBI, would you want to interview her?
On the first floor of the house, I drank one beer. Brett and Mark were visibly drunk. Early in the evening, I went up a very narrow set of stairs leading from the living room to
exactly how much of this would you want to re-sit through?
When I got to the top of the stairs, I was pushed from behind into a bedroom across from the bathroom.
Oh, you remember that part? No. Sorry, but I think it's all bullshit. At this point, I do. There's a letter from her boyfriend, one of her boyfriends now, and he's like going, and yes, it's signed, it's affidavit, all this stuff. He says she never mentioned any rape to me. He says, and she never mentioned rape. She never mentioned her fear of flying. He says she flew all over the place. She never mentioned that. So, and I guess they made up some excuse about her phobia of needing an extra door in the house to get out some. And it's come out now. It's like, no, they need an extra door because they're going to build an addition to it's like, it's just, the whole thing is just blown wide open. And this is why it's a good lesson for people to understand that just because somebody comes forward, just because the accusation is about abuse, does not immediately guarantee it the stamp of honesty. Duh. You'd be ruining people's lives left and right, just out of spite. It's like, oh, I'm going to make this thing up. And then now this other chick, who is that dipshit? What's her name? Another thing I noticed here with what's-her-face? Blasé Ford. Okay? Check this out. You go to GoFundMe. She's got her own GoFundMe. Well, it's not her, of course. It's someone else that says, help Christine Blasé Ford, blah, 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 blah. And it's like at $500,000. I think it says, we have shut this account off now. Thank you. 500. Would that be maybe enough reason for you to put your life and your children and everybody through that? Then there's a separate one, okay, from security for Christine Ford. That one, I think, was, what, 300,000? Yeah. It's like, oh, well, due to all of this, Christine has had to relocate or, move temporarily. I'm like, well, okay, what? So you buy another fucking house? Is that what you need? 300,000? Wouldn't that be nice? As Arnold would say, it's all worth it, right? It's all worth it. This is disgusting. This whole thing just reeks of, yeah, I know it's not, I just feel it's not true. I feel it's not true. Now, quickly, or not, here's another thing that I found was funny. And you got, here's Hillary coming out recently, and she's calling all these people out again. The deplorables and she's saying something similar, about, well, you have. I hate that when she does it. She just sits there, right? And someone's asking her a question, she'll sit there and she'll do the. I hate it. But, she's talking all the deplorables. She's talking about, with Trump. She goes through the list again today. And then that interview that I was just showing you, the one where she's like going on and on about, he has made it very clear and repeats it to his face. And, he's very, racist and homophobic. And she goes down the line of all this stuff. So essentially what she's saying is that if you're a Trump supporter, if you even like him or appreciate what he's doing, you are also all those things. And I think it's pretty rich. I mean, sometimes you feel like asking and say, hey, Hillary, excuse me, bitch. Ooh. Listen, question. Is it deplorable to trap a senator in an elevator and make him listen to you and you're a paid protester? Is that okay? Is that deplorable? Or maybe to walk up to somebody in a public restaurant and make a scene like a bunch of fucking children and scream and yell? Is that deplorable? Is that okay? Is that good behavior? Children. They are. These people are children. I'm so sick of this shit. Wish they'd go away. It's all about common sense, man. I mean, this is why Republicans don't do this sort of stuff. Because they're too respectful. They're too mature. Some of them. But, they appreciate and respect others' peace. They do things similar to, well, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't want that done to me. It's like common sense. It's thinking. The Democrats, modern Democrats, and these, especially these left-leaning people. I mean, these people are wacko, right? They'll just mob and swarm and create all kinds of problems. And the thing is, I don't even think they realize this, but they are making protests really sort of worth a lot less. They're making protests just so obnoxious and so everywhere that they're losing their effectiveness and their value. People protest now. Other people, the rest of the world, the real people, the real thinkers like me and others, they see this crap and they go, big deal. What are they protesting about? So you've in effect, you people who do this, you've lessened what a protest is, what it's for, what it's supposed to be doing. Oh, getting in people's face. That's not a protest. You're supposed to sit down and go fucking starve yourself. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to annoy people. So good for you. Go ahead, keep doing it. You're just going to lessen more and more the effectiveness and the importance of protesting. And then everybody can point to you and go, thanks a lot, asswipes. Protesting used to be a very important thing. Martin Luther King, all these things, they had meaning. You're turning it into a part-time job because of the way it's being funded by these billionaires like Soros. Speaking of, by the way, speaking of him, they're digging into Trump's some tax bullshit. Good luck with that. Imagine what they could find on Soros. But they won't because they're on his team. See, the whole media, ABC, NBC, CBS, HBO, Showtime, they're all on their side. You figuring it out yet? It's like they're hoping that you don't have an outlet. You don't have a way out. And then along comes Fox, and they're going, it's just one station. And then Trump wins, and they're going, shit. What the fuck happened? We see. Hollywood. Fuck Hollywood. Whatever. I am Hollywood, Marge. Shit. Give me a break. Okay. Yeah, apparently they're Hollywood. They're going up to D.C.? They're going to D.C. And they're going to protest. See, again, more worthless protests. To saying something, I guess it's got to do with, they're going to say, oh, well, Kavanaugh is not worthy of... It's like, shit, sit the fuck down. Why don't you go fucking starve yourself like a real protester? Do it. Stupid. Hollywood is finding out slowly, and they're still making a lot of money, but they're finding out they don't matter, especially in terms like this. You know, this guy, Chris Evans, it's so funny. It's the funniest. It's the irony. Here's a guy on Twitter saying the most outrageous things. Total, just anti-American, rule of law, about the Kavanaugh case and all this stuff. Again, people they're suggesting you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And that's not the way this country was founded. And it's not the way it runs up until now. So someone like Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, is for that, which is not very Captain American-ish. I just found out about this, and I thought, what a fucking dick. To make that much money, he's making millions of dollars. Imagine his lifestyle. And he's fucking around on Twitter? Why? I tell you what, I'd be out seeing the world. I'd be doing some pretty fucking amazing things. I wouldn't be on Twitter. These people, I'm telling you, they're vapid. They have nothing. Actors, they're not all that smart. Believe me, that I can tell you. Remember, you can be smart and be an actor, but you don't have to be smart and be an actor. Lying, it's just basically lying. You put on a fake thing and you take it seriously. The people who can't take it seriously, then they'll never be actors. Because then people say, oh, you should be an actor. Oh, no. They think it's, they could never fathom it. It's the people who are good at pretending and also take it seriously and go, they know how to turn it on and off. They teach themselves. They learn. And it's a great experience, believe me, that I can tell you. Oh, God. Well, so what else was there here? Are we done yet? Are we there yet? I can't believe all this shit. So, oh, yeah, the other night. Have you ever had this happen? You're working on a project. You're doing something. All of a sudden, the computer, just stuff's like slowing and slowing. Now, see, here's the problem. Here's the thing. I mean, I build computers. I've been building them since the 90s. So I always build my own. So I'm pretty familiar with what's going on. The last case I got that I'm still using, it's a great case. It's a big tower. But the hard drive LED that they put in it in the top, it's this little teeny tiny thing. I'm like, because most people don't understand that it is actually important to be able to monitor your hard drive light. It really is. They don't tell you that anymore because they don't figure, hell. And depending on how complex, your workload is, I mean, shit, sometimes I got a movie program open, editing software. I got this program open. I've got like 40 or 50 different website tabs open. I've got documents. I've got audio recording open. I got Photoshop open. So, yeah, this can happen. But sometimes the computer it needs to rearrange some stuff. And it just started, because I could see the hard drive go. I'm going, what are you doing? And so here's the thing. If you ever have this trouble, see, most people, they don't know it's the hard drive. They just go, come on, let's go. So let's go. Click, click, click. They don't get it. You can overload a computer and confuse it, not confuse it, but it's trying to search for shit on the hard drive, and you're going, no, over here. It's going, I need to, no. So there's a program. It's called HDD LED. Is that right? HDD LED. It's an app. a little program installs in your computer, and it creates little icons that you can arrange on your screen for each of your hard drives. And it lights up as the hard drive's accessing. Helpful to some, not everybody, but just thought you'd like to know. Okay, enough about that. So, what else we got here? Oh, I didn't get to that part. Senator Kennedy's new bill about banks. I'll get to that some other time. I don't remember the details. It's something about they don't loan money or something. They don't assist people who are pro Second Amendment or. And he said, but that's really interesting because when they took the hundreds of billions of dollars from the American people, when they needed the bailout, they didn't ask, well, we didn't ask them, are you a gun owner? Or no, of course not, right? They just took it. So it's interesting. Now, one thing I want to cover real quick before I go. This thing going on right now about being guilty until being proven innocent, this whole Christine Ford thing, all this bullshit. The Swetnick thing, her story's getting blown wide open. Wide open. Remember? I mean, wide open. All right, no pun intended. No, it wasn't. She remember her accusation was, I went to these parties and there was like they were pulling a train on everybody. There was gang raping going on. It was like one after another. She gets to this MSNBC interview. And next thing you know, she's not saying anything about that. She's just going, oh, well, they were spiking the punch bowl. She goes, did you see him? Well, I mean, I saw him around the punch bowl. I mean, everything is changing, right? This chick is whacked. So now people are saying, okay, obviously this was just a ruse. This was fake. This chick, she didn't have anything. Avenatti, the creepy porn lawyer, he gets a hold of her. Maybe he coordinated with her some of the information she told. Well, now people are talking, saying, okay, if this is the case, then the bitch must pay, because we're not going to have people just making these statements, ruining people's lives, putting them through hell, and then going, I was just kidding. I didn't really. No, you have to be legally held liable, and you should be sued, and you should have to pay, go to jail, something. There is stuff on the books about that that's official that, you can't do that. But you know how the government works, and you know how the Republicans often, and I mean this, Republicans, although everybody, they want to pile on, they're a bunch of assholes and old white men, they're pretty fucking lenient a lot of times. A hell of a lot more lenient than the Democrats. The Democrats in recent years have been fucking assholes about stuff. You did it, so you're going to jail. Republicans, well, you did it, I understand, but let's not do it again. So don't give me any of that shit. They're much more lenient. They gave Mrs. Ford, whatever. They gave her so many opportunities. And then to find out again, right, that her lawyers obviously were playing games with the American people just to make this thing happen. This could have been taken care of 60 days prior to this whole thing, and they held it on purpose. That alone they should have just thrown it out. Said, you had plenty of time to do that. Your deadline is over. You can't make a freaking show trial out of this on purpose. No, we're not hearing it. That's what they should have done. That would have been bad, but too bad. I mean, you can't do that. That's what Judge Judy would say. You can't do that. You can't do that. I'm speaking. You're not going to overtalk. You're not going to talk over me. They'll cut your mic. This is my playground. But the point is, you hear a lot of these young people and a lot of ignorant people. They can be older and still be ignorant. You remember what Winston Churchill said? If you're not a liberal and when you're 20, you have no heart. If you're not a, what was it? Conservative, essentially. When you're 40, you have no brain. In other words, you haven't learned and lived. You've just lived. So, and you got to think about that. If you can't think about it, then you don't deserve it. But the thing is, here they're talking about changing all this stuff. They're talking about socializing, this country, Cortez and all these nutty fucking people. They don't understand that, okay, my heritage in Great Britain, we've been through all that. We've been through brutal leaders, murderous leaders, people who would just as soon look at you and find you guilty without a trial. We've been through it all, and we overthrew every fucking one of them. And now America was never founded that way because it was founded from people from over there. They said, let's do something really unique and new that's even better than what we've overcome over there. And they did. So these idiots who come along and think they want to change stuff back to, medieval times where people did not live well and there was a lot of blame going on, you could get killed just for someone looking at you wrong. You want to go back to that? This is how ignorant they are. They don't even know. It's like, oh, you really? You've been through that before somewhere in the world? Yeah. In a few civilizations. Just a few. This is really dumb. So, it's so easy to research, too. So easy to research. Oh, geez. The Brits, they were made slaves by the Romans that came over there, conquered we've been through everything over there. That's the problem. See, America's never been invaded. They had an attack, Pearl Harbor, all that. Ooh. It was bad enough, but they've never been invaded. And I think these stupid bitches like Cortez and Pocahontas, that dumb freaking broad. I think they would be thinking a different way if this country had been invaded and they had seen firsthand. It's just people are getting too complacent. They're getting too used to the freedom. They're getting used to abusing the freedom they have here. And so now they're just thinking more, maybe socialism now. I was like, no, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. So, all right. Oh, by the way, I found a new word. Remember I told you I hated the word, I hated the saying, oh, that's a double standard. I hate it. Double standard. It's so overused and it's weak. So now here's the word. I got it. Asymmetrical treatment. Asymmetrical treatment. This is asymmetrical treatment. I love it. Who said that? I saw it the other night. It was, I think it was Victor Hansen said it. He's brilliant. But anyway, all right. Well, look, that's the show. I'm getting the hell out of here. I got shit to do, folks, okay? Believe me, that I can tell you. But listen, hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, give us a like, reply, say something, do something. But nothing nasty, okay? Nothing nasty. I'm Michael Clive, the world's greatest impressionist. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.